What's going on, guys? MK Tom Brady here. In this video, I'm going to attempt to prove just how negative the Arctic trap is. So first of all, let me start out by saying this is in no way, shape, or form me trying to get the move buffed so that Sub-Zero can knock you down in the corner and set up the Arctic trap. I believe the move should be pretty negative. He shouldn't have any type of knockdown where he can knock you down point blank, have time to then back up and set it up so that you can't move. I don't think that should exist. I don't want that, and that is not even what I'm doing this video for. So Arctic trap is kind of weird in that it reads weird in the frame data, so it's kind of tough to see just how negative it really is. Now, in the actual, if you go into the move list, it shows 41 startup, but doesn't really show the active. It doesn't show the recovery. In game, it says 41 startup, 28 recovery, which if you add that together would be 69 total frames. However, then more frames come up that say it's even more negative, like in the hundreds, and that's not true. So it's kind of like, well, it's obviously giving you weird frame data. How negative is this move really? So I attempted to test my theory that it's minus 69. I happen to have a knockdown that's plus 52, and Geras happens to have a move in his sand trap that's 17 frames. That means that it would take Geras 69 frames after being knocked down to return to standing and get the sand trap out if he's down to the frame. If the Sub-Zero player is down to the frame with, after the knockdown, getting the Arctic trap out, this would mean that it would take exactly 69 frames for him to recover from start up to finish and guard of the Arctic trap. So I happen to have this example already set up. This is down to the frame, the very fastest. I recorded it to make sure it's down to the frame. The very fastest you can Arctic trap off of this knockdown. So let's play it back here. So the knockdown here, you'll see first before the trap comes up is plus 52. See that right there, hit advantage plus 52. And then here comes the trap data. So off of a plus 52 knockdown, see if I can be down to the frame. Got it first try, nice. It actually took me like a whole bunch of tries the first time to get this down. So it's not like I got it on the first try. I'm not trying to pretend that I got it down to the frame. I actually practiced doing this with Geras quite a few times before I was able to get it. So Geras' sand trap is 17 frames. That means the only way that this actually made contact was I had to have actually had 69 recovery frames on the Arctic trap. And the knockdown is plus 52. Now I have a knockdown that I was able to do off a crushing blow uppercut that was plus 53. And at plus 53, I was not able to, as long as I was down to the frame on the Arctic trap, I was not able to sand trap with Geras. So it was not 70 frames of recovery, it was definitely 69. So what does that really mean? I mean, 69 recovery frames is quite a bit. There are knockdowns, like say off like crushing blow slide. I mean, not crushing blow, like slide. You would think, okay, well off the slide, amplify, you knock them full screen. Surely you have enough time, right, to get the Arctic trap out. Well, on a video I did yesterday, and I've shown this many times, Jackie can actually get hit by the amplified slide. And even if you're down to the frame on Arctic trap, she can leap full screen and still punish you before you can move. And that's from across the screen. But some people say, well, you know, the leap is kind of fast. So let's try something like Fujin here, where he actually has to get up, go into Skywalker, run across the screen, and then, you know, do a move once he gets over it. Once he runs past the trap. So here we're going to do a knockdown. This is plus 14, but keep in mind, I want to make sure I'm down to the frame on this. Nope. I'm trying to get it perfect as possible. Okay, here we go. So, see it says punish. And I can go a little farther. Punish. Now let's try that one more time. Make sure I got it down perfectly. Nope, because some people will say that's not frame perfect, Tom. You know, just, you know how people are. Okay, that I'm telling you is frame perfect. Punish. Punish. So, Jackie's Leap, Fujin, even worse, like Jax, Raiden can teleport after an amplified slide. He actually can straight up teleport. So Raiden gets hit by an amplified slide. You go to Arctic Trap. Now this is when the character he's across the screen, right? This is not a situation where it's right in front of your face and you can't move. You are literally across the screen. You have plenty of space to move. You are in no way, shape, or form trapped. Like, none. So, let's go to record. And I'm going to try to guard. Let's try to do back 1-2, not even a jab. Punish. Not even a jab. So, then I was even doing like, this is even funnier. So Jax has this fatal blow here that's 11 frames. It's pretty fast. I could do a knockdown that's plus 50 and Jax can still get up and fatal blow me. He would be able to do it on the plus 52 knockdown. It just the plus 52 is, I don't think he can reach it. That frame perfect. Easy money. Now here's what's so funny about this move at minus 69, right? So this was so funny about it. Let's take a look at a couple of fatal blows here. Let's record Jax. This move right here is minus 22. Now, of course, you can duck it, right? The recovery frames are 34. A nearly full screen fatal blow. 34 frames of recovery. The Arctic Trap is just as negative as it's more negative than 2 whiffed Jax fatal blows combined. So even if Jax was doubly negative on a whiffed fatal blow, not even block, doubly negative, he would still be safer than an Arctic Trap. And we have all kind of examples of this. Cabal, right? Cabal's got a full screen fatal blow. Fatal blows like this shut the match down. Because Cabal's going to be zoning you. He's chucking the air projectiles, chucking the ground projectiles at you, the ground razors. And if you try to put any kind of special on the screen, boom, fatal blow. The match is over. Don't even breathe wrong, right? The match is over. So I'm going to record this. So negative, this move is minus 35, right? So 2 of these are about as unsafe on block. Let's try to get it on whiff. On whiff, it's minus 48. So this move is on whiff still safer than an Arctic Trap. On block, Arctic Trap is as unsafe as 2 Cabal fatal blows combined. Fatal blows like this shut matches down and they come back. And if they don't hit, you get them next round. The threat of them a lot of times allows characters to take certain liberties. Now, I'm not saying that, hey, Sub-Zero's Arctic Trap should be anything like a clone, although I hate the little ice ball. I wish they would give it a different shape, just something that looks a little cooler, no pun intended. But clearly, 69 recovery frames is too much. They could literally make it like 45 or 48 recovery frames. They could shave 20 off of that move. and you still wouldn't be able to set it up in the corner, like off a knockdown. But at least in open space, you can knock somebody down across the screen and get it out before they punish you. I just think they should shave at least 20 off of it. Minus 48 seems pretty fair. Like, it should be minus enough so that he can't just set it up in front of your face and you can't do anything. I don't agree with that. But 69 recovery frames, sometimes you knock somebody down, they do a long wake up, delayed wake up, and you back up, set it up, they get up and jump, and they still hit you. And you're like, wow, you literally laid on the ground for God knows how many frames, and yet you still get to get up and jump and hit me. Like, clearly I understand you want to protect the person in the corner. You don't want any situation in which you get knocked down, he backs up and puts it there, and you can't move. But at minus 48, he can't do that. You just want him to be able to do it at least in open space, to be able to knock the guy down in open space with plenty of room in front and behind, and then set it up. Like not any kind of point blank knockdown, but these knockdowns that knock people away, so that by the time they get up, that they can't get up and go forward in time. Back 3, 2, 1 in open space knocks them away. It's not like in the corner where you're right next to him. If you were right next to him, even if it was, I don't know. Like I said, I just think that they should be able to do something to basically stop people from getting knocked down. Or maybe make it minus 50 something. I don't know. But 69 is too much. You could probably make it minus 55 and it would be better. Just anything at all. Because even in the corner, when you knock somebody down, the amount of time it takes to backdash and then set it up at minus 50, you'd be able to get up and hit him first. Go right through, because you can go right through it, right? So it still wouldn't be guaranteed. As long as it's not like minus 40, minus 35, etc., you'd be safe in the corner. At minus 50, open space, you wouldn't be able to get knocked down and come in and hit him. I think that's fair. Minus 48, minus 50. I think that's more than fair. It protects you in the corner, but also allows him to knock you away and get it out before somebody leaps across the screen. Anyway, just my 2 cents, everyone. Thanks for watching. And, one more thing I want to add. Right now, Avalanche plays like a crappy Dead of Winter. Because right now the sole purpose is find a situation to set the trap up and mix them into it. There's no reason to play Avalanche for the safe mix, because we've already gone over against people who know how to fight Avalanche. The mix is actually far from safe. And to have to set this move up and then overhead somebody and slide them into it, or then do a low instead and combo them, is no different than Dead of Winter. Overhead slide on block is just as unsafe as forward 2 amplified ice ball. The difference is you don't need to have an object on the screen to get the mix. The mix is there all the time. It doesn't require a setup. Right now, this variation is played like a lesser Dead of Winter. And variations really shouldn't be that way. If you're going to give him an Arctic trap, and obviously you don't want any type of MKX type of design in the game with, putting him in the corner, allow him to play a little more freestyle around this move and around stuff like creeping ice without all the bugs and 69 recovery frames, etc. Make it its own variation instead of right now just a lesser Dead of Winter. I'm not trying to say Sub-Zero is bad in any stretch of the imagination. Dead of Winter is a very powerful variation. It's like, maybe they could make variations do something different than the main variation. Anyway, just my 2 cents, guys. Thanks for watching, everybody.